Okay guys, welcome to another video. Now this one's going to be a little bit different because this weekend I'm running the Aintree Half Marathon. I thought why not make a video and explain a bit about how I prepare for it, what I eat before, what I eat after, how I've trained for the race, and hopefully you might take some tips away with you. So this is actually my first time ever doing a half marathon. I've obviously ran that distance before in training for my high rocks races, but I've never done an actual half marathon event. Going into it, I've not really got any expectations or goals of a time in mind. I just literally want to go out and see what happens on the day. Hopefully get under an hour and 40. I should be able to do that hopefully with the paces I've been hitting in my training, but more than anything, it's just about enjoying the day and having an event in the diary, given the fact that my next high rocks race is not until October in Birmingham. All right, first step on the way to a fast half marathon is a haircut. I always have to have a haircut before a race, whether it's a half marathon or a high rocks, anything. It just makes me feel a lot lighter on my feet, streamlined, and perform better on the day. I think it's because it keeps my head a lot cooler. I've got this thick thatch of hair on top of me, constantly heating me up. All right, morning guys. Today's the day of the Aintree Half Marathon. It's currently 6:18 AM. I've just got the coffee on. If you're not making coffee in one of these mocha pots, you are missing out. I'm gonna have a coffee, gonna get my breakfast going, and then we're gonna make a move. It's about an hour's drive over to the venue. All right, here we go. Race day breakfast. Exactly the same thing I have every day: oats, honey, peanut butter, blueberries, and some cinnamon. The time is about 7 o'clock. My race is at 10, so it's 3 hours beforehand. And then this will be my stack that I bring with me. Got the banana, got the dates for the energy, high rocks electrolytes, obviously the water bottle. I'll probably have this about an hour before. These if I get hungry during, and then my electrolytes I'll sip on until race time. Full send.
Goal.
I got to halfway and I was with the 140 and I felt fine, so I thought, well, might as well go for a little bit and then I can always slow down. And then actually I was looking, I was thinking, if I push, I could get 135, you know, 136.06 on my watch. Because you're on this hill and halfway through it's uphill and there's a headwind, isn't there?
Quite windy.
You circle back round and then on that road down the end, it's just a nice downhill. So
Yeah, it's just no wind.
I've lost it, man. Yeah. There she is. Champion. Perfect post-race meal. Nando's, double chicken wrap, spicy rice, peri-peri salted chips. Okay guys, so it's the day after the race now, and I just wanted to do a bit of a race debrief, talk you through the course, what my splits were like. If you've done half marathons before, you might be interested in this. If not, no worries at all. So the course itself was 4 laps of the race course. I'll put the course map up on the screen now. That actually made it psychologically a little bit challenging because obviously you do 1 lap and you're thinking, I've got 3 more to go. How do you moderate your pace and so on? My approach to the race was to take the first 2 laps relatively steady, stay with the 140 pacer. Then if I felt good after 2 laps, start to push on, and knowing that I could always slow down. I'll put my splits up on the screen now, and you can actually see that up until about 11k, I was hitting between 450 and 430. It was at that 11k mark that I then started to push the pace a little bit more. So you can see kilometre 12, 428, then 431, 438, 4:31 and so on. If you go all the way down to the bottom, then you can see that kilometre 18 was a 4:21, 19 4:25, 20 4:16, and the last kilometre was a 4:02. When I got to halfway, I kind of realised that if I pushed it, I might be able to get under 1:35. But I knew that I'd have to push it. I was going at a decent pace, my kilometre splits were getting quicker, but it was only around that kind of 70 kilometre mark that I could see that it was going to be a little bit of a push. I'd have to go around the 4 minute per kilometre mark for the last 3 or 4k. The kilometre 18 was a 4:21. That just basically left me with too much to do over the course of the last 3 kilometres. So I pushed it as hard as I could, but ultimately it just wasn't meant to be. Now, what I would take away from this is that whilst it's all well and good having a goal in mind and sticking with that for the start, if you're chasing your tail at the back end of a race, you're putting yourself in a difficult position to potentially overachieve what you wanted. My goal was to get under an hour and 40. I can't help but be slightly disappointed. I came so close to getting under an hour and 35. Had I have had the confidence to go from that from the start, I do think I could have got it. I just simply left myself too much to do in the back end of the race. Let this be a lesson that ultimately you can always slow down in a race. Maybe don't be overzealous to start with and aim for a ridiculous goal that might not necessarily pan out. It might not be something that you've trained for, because that might well ruin the rest of your race. But certainly put yourself in a position to succeed early on, and then if you need to slow down towards the end of the race, you can do. That's everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe. I might end up doing more of these, taking you through when I do events and breaking them down afterwards. And I'll see you again soon.